I could go live right now, but it would be like the world's worst stream. Right? So what we have to do is we have to start adding stuff to our stream. Now we have a couple of different boxes down here that let me do different things. And one of the reasons why we have to kind of go through this step by step like this is because it's not always intuitive how to use OBS. It's free software, and their goal is to make it maintainable for the developers more than it is to make it pretty and like easy to use for the users. So there are companies that fill that gap that say, hey, we can make this prettier and easier for people, and that's what like Streamlabs is. You guys have heard of people using Streamlabs to do their streams. It's OBS with a coat of paint on it. Not that they don't deserve their money for putting a nice coat of paint on things, but we can learn how to do it the old-fashioned way, right?
This is pretty heavy duty.
So I have a blank canvas right now. What I'm going to be doing is kind of layering down things on top of my blank canvas to get the picture I want. And it's just like making like a slide in PowerPoint or any drawing program you might have used that has the different layers. Or I can put something in the background and then I can kind of stack things on top of it. So if I were going to do a very, very easy live stream, maybe the world's second most boring live stream, maybe I want to play Joust on stream. Okay? Because I'm going to get that high score and then I get to keep my prize. So when I go to play Joust, I'm going to need to open my window, my Chrome window, because I'm using Chrome here, or you'll use whatever browser you use. And then I'm going to need to tell OBS, I want that window to come over here. So this is a little bit different if you're doing Windows versus Mac, but I'm going to show you on the Windows first how we end up doing this. So we have on the left scenes, and each scene is one picture you want to show to the world. So for example, has anybody here watched the news like ever? I know this is not a thing your generation does, so I figure I should ask. Okay. So you guys are familiar with these pictures that I had drawn up here before, where I've got one scene that is a little table, and it's got two little people sitting like this, and then it's got a thing here at the bottom, and a whole bunch of words, right? That's a standard news type of a scene, right? That's the like morning show. Ha ha ha! Can you believe it's almost the leap day? What do people do when they have that as their birthday? Oh, no. Whatever, and they have way too much caffeine for way too early in the morning. But then they have the special guest reporter out in the field, right? The poor person that has to go out and like wait for the groundhog on Groundhog Day, or like report on the storm standing in the snow. So they've got another scene where they've got one person over here doing the interview. Boop, boop. This person is nice and cozy. And then we've got this poor schmuck out in the field who is wearing a lovely hat because he's freezing. Alright, so this is another scene. And maybe they have little names under them, right? And every one of those things on the scene is a different element that I can put in. So the very simplest scene I can make is something that only has one element, right? And that's going to be my Joust window. So what I'm going to do is come over here to Chrome, and I already have stuff running in Chrome here. I do not want to use the same Chrome window I already have stuff running in. I want to make a new window so that when I show it to the streaming world, they can't see all my other tabs, right? Nobody wants to know all the stuff you've been up to with your 200 tabs. So make a new window. You can hit Control-N or Command-N to make a new window. And we're going to go to our Joust game that we want to play. And I'm just going to make it so that it's showing in the window. I could probably make it a little bigger here and have it still show. So we're going to make it as big as we can and have it still show. Just to make it a little bit less boring, maybe. A little bit nicer to play. Okay. So once I have my window set up here with what I want to show, I can go back to OBS and I can say, all right, this is the scene that I'm working on. I'm going to rename this scene. To do that, you're going to right click it and rename it. And I'm going to call this one Joust Game. You can call it whatever you want, as long as it's descriptive for you. And then, now that I've already said, okay, that's the scene I want to work on, I'm going to choose a source. And you'll see I have a whole bunch of different sources available to me as I'm working. And the source list you'll have is going to be slightly different on Mac versus PC. So don't freak out if yours isn't exactly the same. But I'm just going to go through them really quickly so you guys know what these types of elements are. And maybe you can help me guess some of them. Audio input capture. What do you guys think that does? It says, it kind of says it right on the box. What's it doing?
Captures your microphone?
Yeah, it captures your mic. So those are things that are plugged into the input on your computer. So if you want to actually talk during your stream, you probably need an audio input capture of some sort. We'll be going over audio later. For today, we're not doing audio. We're just doing kind of layering things and elements and scenes. How about audio output capture? Don't jump at once, guys. Go for it. That's like volume from what? Yeah, from the computer. So if your game has a killer soundtrack, you want your audio output captured so that you can play that soundtrack to your stream. How about browser? Do you guys think we want browser to capture our Joust game? What do you think? I see someone shaking their head. Do I see anyone nodding? What do you think? It sounds about right, doesn't it? I want a browser. The problem with choosing browser right now is that I don't want it to make a new browser for me. And that's what that does. That tells OBS, hey OBS, act as my browser, go out and get something from the internet. A lot of times people use browser source for things like if they have a donation stream set up and you've got a special donation page and you want to pull a piece of that donation page, they'll use OBS browser to set that up. We don't want to do browser for this because you won't be able to play your game. You won't be able to really interact with it in the browser in OBS. Color source. Let's just paint rectangles across the screen in different colors. And then we have a couple of different capture things that get confusing. So we have a display capture, a game capture, and if I look down a little bit, I've got video capture and window capture. So I'm capturing a whole bunch of other stuff. These are all things that I can add to my screen. Who wants to guess what display capture does? You moved. You get to guess now.
It just captures what's on your screen.
Yeah, it gets your whole screen. It's everything that you see on your monitor, it's going to capture. Do you think you want to do a display capture generally? No. That is generally a very bad idea because you might accidentally show something you don't want to show. Sometimes, like if I'm doing a tutorial like now, I do have a display capture set up and I'm just capturing everything that's coming off that desktop and putting it onto my other computer, right? So sometimes it does make sense, but not very often. Game capture. Game capture sometimes works and sometimes doesn't for people. Game capture can work really well for certain games, and it works really not at all for others. If you want to play around with it and try it, you can. Not all games will even show up in game capture if you have them running. If you're having trouble with game capture, we usually go down to window capture. And window capture tends to be like the most reliable, easiest one to use. And that will capture any specific window on your desktop. So any window that you have open, you can capture using window capture. If you are using a Mac and all of your windows do not show up, that is a known issue, and it's actually your Mac trying to protect you. you have to grant extra permissions, and I'll post that on the Brightspace in just a minute here for you. But for now, I'm going to show you guys my window capture, and I'm going to call this one is the Joust game. And I'm going to create a new one, because I don't have any yet. So you can see that it chose automatically the last window I was touching, which was this Chrome window where I'm playing Classic Joust. And I can tell it capture it automatically. That's good. I'm going to not play with that. And then this last one here you want to make sure you look at, because this says window match priority. And it says right now I'm trying to match the title exactly to the title that I'm looking for. Right? I'm looking for a play Classic Joust arcade game online blah blah blah. But what does it say it's going to do if it doesn't find that? What does it say? Can you guys read it? Probably not. It says match title, otherwise find window of same type. So that means if I close my Joust game, what's it going to do? It's going to go to any Chrome window I have open. Do I know which one it's going to choose? Nope. Do I want it to do that? No, I do not want it to do that. So what you guys want to do is you are going to switch that to match title only. Window title must match. And like if you don't want it to show your cursor, like Joust is not a game where cursor is useful, right? It's just going to get in the way because this particular game doesn't have a cursor. I can turn off capture the cursor. And I can click OK. And now I have a pretty ugly stream with a bunch of like blocked ads and the extra Chrome window garbage. But I have a stream ready to go. So if I were to go and connect up everything and push to the internet right now, you guys would be able to see exactly what's on here. This window would be the same as you would see on your internet. The first thing that you guys need to know about playing with these windows is how to crop them. I know that it's not always the first thing people teach, but I hate looking at all the extra garbage, and I think you do too. So to crop your window, like to get rid of all the extra garbage and get it to just the content you want, you need your Alt key or your Option key if you're on Mac. So you're going to hold down your Alt key, and then you can drag these red handles, and they'll turn green if you've got your Alt key held down. You'll be able to crop it in. If you do not hold down your Alt key, it will just smush things, which is not what you want. So hold down Alt or Option, and then drag in, and you'll be able to crop down your window until it's lovely and doesn't have all the extra garbage, and it looks like, you know, maybe we paid to access this game when we didn't have to. And then you can resize it again if you want. It'll keep your crop. Oh man, I missed a little bit. Does everybody know how to do cropping? Anybody have trouble with it? You guys all adding lovely Joust things? I'll write it down here, crop.
The guy who's in charge of Light Chain
Or
has pre-made prompts that he's designed for common use. So like you can find one for like math.
So now this is pretty professional.
I don't think vector database question
I'd probably put it closer to the center if I was actually like this, right? Probably put it like there. And we could just start a stream right now. So there's a nice big button here that says start streaming. And if I click that button, it's going to actually yell at me. Now this is going to be different if you use the stream key. So just hang on for a minute with me. This is for everybody that connected your account. You did the connect account thing? Stay with me now, okay? It said, what does it say? It says you need to set up a broadcast before you can start streaming. So YouTube lets us set certain properties when we make a new stream. I could say, this is a stream about whatever, right? I could set the title. I could set a cool thumbnail to get people interested in coming into my stream. I can set whether it's public or private, right? And I can set up, especially the latency when I start a stream, okay? YouTube will not let you change latency once you start a stream. So this is one that will bite you at some point, and you will have to restart a stream because it is painful if you get it wrong. I'm going to show you both ways to set this up as a broadcast. So you can either set up, if you're connected, you can set up right in OBS. You don't have to leave OBS. If you're using a stream key, you have to set up over on YouTube and then come back. So we're going to do it through OBS first. And it says you need to set up your broadcast, so you click Manage Broadcast. And you can either select an existing one, which I already had set up from YouTube Studio before, or you guys don't have that probably, so we're just going to create a new one. And I'm going to call this one Class 5 Monday, OBS number 1. And the first thing I'm going to do is change my privacy from public back down to unlisted. So we got 3 options for privacy. We've got public, which means it is on your channel. Anyone who subscribes to you gets the notification that says, hey, whoever's live, if they're signed up for notifications, if they hit that bell and the like button and whatever. And anyone on the internet could find it if YouTube decides to push you in the algorithm. Second option is unlisted. How do you access an unlisted stream? Yeah.
You need the link.
You need the link. You just gotta have somebody send you the link, and then you can access the unlisted stream. So could somebody theoretically randomly type things into YouTube until they found your stream? Yeah, theoretically. Is it going to actually happen? Probably not. It's very, very low chances. But it theoretically could happen. That's why there's a third option, which is private. And private means only you and people you explicitly grant access to can see it. So if you guys want to stream private for class, that's 100% fine, A-OK. You just also need to grant my Google account permission to see your stream. And then I'm the only one who can see it other than you. Okay? If you're comfortable using unlisted, it's a little easier. You just have to make sure you get me the right link. You don't have to make sure you grant me the right access. But I'll show you guys how to do access as well when we go back over to YouTube Studio. For this one, I'm going to do unlisted because I'm going to post the link in Discord in case anybody wants to come hang out with us on chat or whatever, or just see what the stream looks like that we're building. You can choose a category that has to do with where it shows up in search results and things, if it's going to go in search results. You always want to choose that it is not made for kids. Why does YouTube have this choice for you? You got something, or are you just scratching? Anybody know why YouTube has this?
They have the whole like YouTube Kids system, and I know that there's like a weird thing with that. I know that there's a YouTube channel that I like that they keep putting their stuff into YouTube Kids, which makes them not recommended and messes with everything else in their channel.
Yeah, if you end up on YouTube Kids land, you're not going to be able to monetize, you're not going to be able to do a lot of stuff, it messes with the channel. Like, the reason why, like, to go one step further than where River was, the reason why YouTube Kids is special is because there's legislation in this country, there's a law that they passed called the Children's Online Privacy and Protection Act. So if you are under 13, there's really special ways people have to treat your data on the internet. That's why all the terms and conditions of things are like, you must be 13 to enter or whatever. Like even if you go to Club Penguin isn't a thing still, is it? No, it's dead, right? Okay. But if you went to something, Cool Math Games, and you wanted to make an account, you would need to be over 13. Technically. So you always want to choose not made for kids. There's actually a creator that I watch sometimes that just does reviews of like kids toys, but specifically always says in their videos that these are for the purchasers to know if they want to purchase these toys. These are not videos for kids, even though I'm reviewing toys, because they don't want to get into YouTube Kids Land, which is a weird place. You can choose a thumbnail if you want. If you don't choose a thumbnail, YouTube will choose one for you while you're live. You can always change it later once you archive your stream. And then we have a couple of things at the very bottom. We have latency, which you remember kind of means lag, right? So we have, you can either choose normal latency, we can choose low latency, or ultra low latency. Just for funsies, I'm going to stay in normal. And I'm going to have somebody help me out with a little timer test for me. And then the enable DVR button is always checked by default on YouTube. You do want to leave that checked, otherwise you won't be able to submit your homework to me because you won't have anything to submit. DVR just means it's going to archive off your stream for you so that you have access to it later. Okay? And if it's unlisted or private, it won't show up on your channel. So we're going to leave it just like that. And I'm going to create a broadcast and start streaming using that button. And I'm going to paste the link into Discord. All right, so that's streaming now. I'm going to come back over to my YouTube studio so you guys can see what it looks like on here. If I go back to my studio, thank you, studio please, and I click on my content, that's where everything always lives, is on content. You can see if I click live, it tells me, oh look, you've got a live stream going on. I'm just going to copy it from here.
What is this?
Just because I don't know what's on my Discord right now. I'm going to turn that off for a second. And I will paste it right into our chat, into our Monday class. I'll say OBS stream number 1 is there. And because I'm unlisted, anybody that gets that link should be able to come and watch my stream. All right, now. Turn this back on. So the next thing I want to show you guys is how much of a lag there is when you choose normal mode and why we don't choose normal mode. Oh look, we got an ad. That's great content to stream for people. All right, anybody watching the stream for me? Somebody click it in Discord for me. I need somebody to click it in Discord that has access to a stopwatch timer of some sort. Anybody? Any volunteers?
Oh God. I did start the stopwatch, but yeah.
Somebody got to open in Discord and have a stopwatch going. That's all I want, those two things.
I don't have the stopwatch, but
You can leave your OBS window for a minute to open it in Discord and keep your stopwatch on your phone or something. Yeah, you got it? You ready?
Yeah, I was wondering when I got to stop.
I'll tell you when to start the stopwatch.
Okay.
I'm gonna click my game, and I'm gonna hit enter to start the new game. And I'll tell you when I'm gonna hit enter here, okay, ready? And then you start the stopwatch when I hit enter, and you stop the stopwatch when the game actually starts on stream. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. You guys are gonna see just how quickly I can die playing Joust. All right. You guys can see I'm playing here. I swear I am. Why don't you let the whole class know when it actually shows up on stream too, if anyone's watching the stream.
11 seconds and 11.42 seconds.
11, so close to 12 seconds. Do you guys think you can interact with a chat
No.
with a 12-second delay? That means somebody says something to you, it takes 12 seconds to get to you, and it takes another 12 seconds for you to respond to them. So you're having a conversation with a half-minute lag in between sentences. This is why normal latency doesn't work for gaming, or if you're trying to interact with your chat at all. Just for comparison's sake, I think I have to die to get out of this, or no? I could refresh. Let's just do that. There we go. What'd I do? I think I lined it up pretty well again. See my, yeah, close enough. If I stop streaming, I can change my latency. If I don't stop streaming, if I just keep this open, there's no way for me to change it. I can show you, I can come here to my YouTube, here's the stream that I'm running, and there's just no way for me to play with any of those things. It doesn't let you change it once you started your stream. So the only way to fix latency if you have chosen the wrong thing and forgotten to set up the right latency is to stop your stream and make a new stream. So anybody who is watching you is going to get kicked out. And if you had like shared a link ahead of time with people to say, hey, you should watch my stream, I scheduled it, blah, 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 here's the link. That link's not going to work anymore either. So when you schedule a stream, you really want to make sure you set up all your options correctly when you do that. All right, I stopped my stream. I'm going to start a new stream, set up a new broadcast. This is going to be hopefully faster. And I'm going to still make it unlisted. And I'm going to make my latency now ultra low. Not made for kids. And I can click remember these settings, by the way, if I want to not have to worry about always remembering to do this. But I'm going to just set up my new broadcast here. We're going to come back to our YouTube studio just to make sure we get the right one. Show you guys again how to get here. Content, and then live. We'll have your live streams. And then here is our hopefully faster stream. Let me know when you're ready, and I will redo our test. Can someone remind me which button I'm hitting to fix these crop marks? Alt, thank you. Alt is the correct button to hit to fix the cropping. I gotta go over to my Joust window. All right, we're ready. Over here, we're ready. Let me know when you're ready on the timers, whatever. You can time for me again?
Yep.
All right, are you ready? You got the stream up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
5 seconds.
Way better. 5 seconds is not great. I feel like sometimes the lag can be a little lower. The latency could get lower, but 5 seconds is doable. A 10-second round trip is way better than a 24-second round trip. So that is my first 2 live streams down. Love it. So this is a pretty boring live stream though, right? Like, people like to see other people's faces. So even while this is running, while my live stream is going, I can play with it, and I can add a new element, and I can say, I want you to get my webcam. I've decided I'm okay with being on stream. I'm okay with this crazy ass webcam. And I just still need to crop it though, because I don't need that whole chunk. So I can say, oh look, it's me. I'm gonna make my head into a little square. Put myself in the corner. Make myself smaller. So is this starting to look more like a streamer? Maybe you guys watch people playing a game with their little face in the corner somewhere. And then the other thing I'm going to add, so that my streamer or my viewers know what game we're playing, right? I can add a little bit of text. And this is going to again look different depending on which software you have, but it'll still be something that says text. And I'm just going to say we're playing Joust. And I can change the font and stuff like that, but this seems fine for now. So. All right. So let's say I start this stream. I say hi to you guys. Hi, I'm playing Joust, blah, blah, blah. And I need to walk away for a little bit. Do I still want to keep my camera up? Probably not, right? But instead of deleting it, I can just click this little I button here, and it goes into a hidey button. And then I'm all good. I can walk away, and my chat doesn't have to know that I walked away. Making sense so far? So we can just kind of start to layer things, right? All right. So I want all of you to make a scene like this, where you've got a game. You don't need the webcam, because, I mean, if you're using one of the school computers, feel free or whatever, you don't need to actually put it on. You don't need a webcam in it. But I want you to have the game, and I want it cropped down. Doesn't have to be Joust either. You can, whatever browser game or whatever you can find, if you've got another game that you want to try. Crop it down so it looks better, if you need to, and put the name of the game somewhere on it for me, okay? And I'm going to come around, and you don't need to stream it yet or anything. Just try and make that scene for me in OBS. Because I know not everybody necessarily got their stream set up to do things. Yes?
I really underestimated how bad I got. Like, stop and think about the game.
I'm watching now, so you know it's going to run. It's going to work.
I think
Change
I already
my
did the homework
notification settings.
streaming Crunker.
It's going to bring
I
you
think I
to,
already did the homework.
yeah. You're going to be,
Yeah. I did Crunker.
install.
Never played this one. Oh, beautiful.
Excuse me, you're going to have to
Oh, you're taking it crazy.
Push that one, and then maybe take his bishop.
At some point, I do want to push this. Oh, if he's setting this up, so bubbles up.
something about.
Okay. Order.
Push that. Oh, he already moved his bishop. Oh, well, you win a piece anyway.
Oh,
Trade a pawn for a bishop.
it said something whiny about selling apps from store. Alright, so I want to change my app elimination stuff. That's what I want to do.
That was not a fair trade. Because now I have to start. Not even a threat, just destroy this.
And it wouldn't let you get it from the store either.
And I get this for free. For freezies. You didn't think that one through? I would have seen that earlier.
Here.
I'm getting a bunch of nods.
It's Windows is trying to protect you from installing things that are not good for your computer. Change my app. Hold on. harassing features.
You just have a
Apps.
clean position. Or no.
Ah, there we go. Choose where to get apps. And we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Where is it?
You can use attack and
You silly goose. You silly goose. Oh, silly fucking goose. Silly goose. Silly goose.
you can do that and then a good bishop e5.
For realsies.
No, it's a security thing. Are you
Or
not
could
like
go
an
for
admin on your
attack on the
computer?
king.
No.
Move that the way
Yeah.
and try to get this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But you're logged in as her then, it looks like. So you
Here,
should
that's
be able
okay.
to. Let's see, what version of Windows are you? Let's bring it up.
This guy's weird.
What?
Yeah, it's a clean.
Why would he hang his rook like that?
Windows
He was
11.
his queen.
His queen was gonna die.
Are you in
That's a
safe mode?
skewer. So just like this.
Well, rook takes, then rook take,
So
and
here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
he takes,
I want you to try
take,
turning it off
take,
and back on again.
Brutalize that
and
kid.
pawn e4.
And that, make sure you don't
I
put it in
hate
the safe
this.
mode, because that's
Now
probably
I'm
what's
religious.
not letting you install things. Yeah, I think S mode might be
Let's
safe
keep.
mode.
Let's
Alright,
keep
I need to help you, and then I'll come around. I get you first and then you. Yeah. Yeah? Which one you wanna put your, okay, so you've got your camera here, okay. Transform, let you do all the things about like resizing and moving, so you wanna flip horizontal. There you go. There you go. What do you need?
So here's the picture.
Nope, there's two screenshots that you need, and we're not quite there yet, because you need both of them.
And for when I press start streaming,
Uh-huh.
I request my broadcast.
Did you enable it like super recently? Okay, it needs a 24-hour cooldown before you're allowed to actually start streaming,
So
which is fine, you're still gonna be able to
You
get all
have
your
to
cross
manually
concentration points.
Yeah, it's just like no big deal. Honestly, I could probably hang out in the center for a while. He
Yeah.
fucked up his development.
Once
So
you,
hard.
wait your 24 hours, it'll
And he
register.
just locked himself
Yeah,
in again.
if you click
Open the
close-
fuck out of his fucking.
If you click,
Okay.
click
And
if
his
you wanna go live.
sacrifices go real.
Yeah, you're fine. See, it's like here,
Yeah,
click
just
the
develop. But you
It's
can
gonna
also
tell
get rid
you
of
your
that bishop
countdown.
soon.
Once he takes this, I'm gonna take this.
Kind of fighting.
What the fuck? Is
Yep.
Weird ass.
Yeah, if you've gotten your game all set up with the name of the game and everything, just hang on a hot second so I can help other people if they need it. Yeah. Yeah, go for it. That one I think is one they gave up on earlier, so they were trying to install Unreal on a bunch of them. Alright, so click the plus.
Oh,
Silly goose.
Video
Silly,
capture.
silly goose.
See, it looks like a little camera,
That's silly goose, man.
and yeah, you can name it whatever you want. This
he's
gonna pull
gonna,
up.
no,
There
he's
you go.
gonna fork you.
Yeah, you're gonna wanna crack that down though, because there's a
Oh
lot of stuff you
no.
don't need.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
Actually, let's see where this goes.
Mhm.
Why did he just give up right to castle?
So you can go to,
Oh, that's.
you
Oh,
can go to
'cause he's
manage
got the
broadcast. And that's gonna bring up, all the stuff that you can edit. But yeah.
Silly goose. Oh, such a fucking dumb.
That's just
HLS is an old protocol.
Think he'll notice?
So is there a different YouTube for you there?
I don't think he'll notice.
You want that one, yeah, that one.
oh chess.
Yeah.
Should let you do that.
With this low velo.
Okay, try that for me.
Okay, so.
Anybody else need assistance with something? Yes, coming over. I'll get you next.
Dies.
Oh, you're good?
Fine.
So I was trying to stream like games like on my actual I have I wasn't like seeing it on here. So
Okay.
I don't know what
So what are you trying to stream? You're trying to stream Call of Duty?
No, it was.
Because that's gonna kill the computer right now, I can tell you that.
It was just getting over.
Okay.
So
So,
like every time I
Take
like
that pawn.
exit out to go look to see if it was like on
For free.
They're not close, but it was.
so if you wanna be able to see
Wow, he really can't. do
whether this
shit.
is actually
So
broadcasting what you want, the easiest ways for you to do that are to start a private stream to yourself,
It's a free rook.
and then look at it on another.
Oh, I
phone.
even see that.
Or if you have 2 monitors,
Big ass
that
board.
can also do it. You should be able to just unplug them.
That's just a free check.
For free.
If you want to start.
I could just like look on.
Yeah, you can just load it up.
Would
on
I
that.
still use the window capture or would I would
You can try using game capture if you're having trouble with window capture, but window capture is usually pretty reliable. You just can't see it while it's open because you're in that window, right? Alright, how are we doing? Everybody good? Yes. Looks good to me.
He don't even see what I'm doing. Okay.
I don't even see what you're doing.
Anybody
He's
else
gonna take
stuck, need something? Alright, got a couple.
Nope.
Coming around. And we're gonna go into some other stuff
Silly
soon.
goose, Bryan.
Silly goose.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, check.
You gotta start streaming.
Silly goose.
Check.
You gotta click. No, it's not. Because if you
Back
no,
rank.
leave that.
On the
It is,
bishop.
this is the
black-
I am
black
waiting for
bishop, and
input
then-
thing, okay? This is what it looks like when OBS is not actually broadcasting. So go back to your
Make it a
OBS,
mate turn.
and you're gonna wanna click start streaming,
Yeah, actually.
manage the
Go push
broadcast.
that pawn.
If you have an
What
existing
is this?
broadcast, click
This is
select,
like
Then
so
just-
dumb.
and then you can try that. And then click select and start streaming. And it'll
That's
see
also a
if
free
it can
pawn
do it
now.
for you. You might need to leave where you are in YouTube and come back.
Because
Because it might not be this stream that it's going to resume. It
And now
might
you
go
have
somewhere else.
main two.
So don't click end or anything. Just go back to YouTube Studio.
Oh my god, it's all for free.
You can just click leave, yeah.
I mean,
And then content
free pawn.
and live. Oh, that's a replay, so that's not gonna happen. So I don't think it connected all the way for you. So stop streaming. And you're gonna make any broadcast for me. You're just gonna make a brand new broadcast. So click
Oh.
start streaming, it'll prompt you to make a new broadcast. Create a new one.
Yeah, fine, it's
I'm
fine.
just gonna, yeah.
All
Not
for
for kids.
free.
Choose a different latency maybe. And then just click create and start streaming on the bottom right. What just happened to it?
This is a mate pattern.
You can just run that pawn now.
It must have crashed or
Yeah.
closed it out or something. Alright, but you did, all the steps you just did were the right steps. So, yeah. All the steps you just did were the right steps though.
This is
But
a
I'm gonna show
forced
you how to
mate.
set it up in
Take the
YouTube
knight.
Studio
This is
now.
a forced mate. Hold
And
on.
connect it from there. Yes.
I'll still be able to
Something?
take the knight.
To find a
Alright.
force man.
If you want your webcam, yeah.
Nah.
And what did you
I haven't seen that.
Oh, lovely.
Oh no, he's gonna.
Do we want to just call this one dead and go somewhere different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Let me. Alright, I'm gonna help one more person, and then I'm
How
gonna show you guys
cute.
how to connect.
Run
If you have the
pawn.
stream key,
No, no,
or
no.
if you want to set
Must
up
be-
things in YouTube
Must be
ahead of
more
time.
sophisticated. Okay, fine. Just in case. Just in case.
Big head.
A safety concerns. Free. Next. The climb starts now.
Alright, let me show you guys how to set it up in YouTube. And this is really good if you want to set something up for the future, and like build hype and like tell all your friends. They can have the link ready or whatever. Or if
Oh.
you want to use your stream key, this is how you have to set it up.
Oh, he doesn't have this.
You have to go
He thinks he had
to your
this.
YouTube studio. Am I I still streaming?
I don't know why that
Oh,
would
that's good.
matter.
Let's stop that
It'll
nonsense.
fork. If he still had the spawn, he would shoot it up if forks this and this. And you get the juice.
There's also a little bit of a lag between when you stop streaming in one spot and when it actually stops in the other spot. Just so you know.
He doesn't know.
But it doesn't really matter.
But
It'll catch itself back up.
Castle.
Alright, so you can,
I'm gonna get it.
just like I kind of showed you before, you can click create, go live, or you can click this little double-sided Wi-Fi signal here to go live. And you'll have 3 buttons on the left here: stream, webcam, and
I know.
manage.
Through it, B.
Oh.
So if I want to schedule
That was
a
a
stream
move.
for the future,
Yeah.
I
That
go
was
to
a
manage
move.
and I can set everything up and have it all ready to go. So I just need to connect from my, whatchamacallit, OBS. All right, and I can even have it have a different stream key if I want with those specific settings. Okay. So if I said to myself, hey, I know I've got class coming up on Friday. Maybe I'm going to schedule a new stream for Friday. And I can copy one of the ones I just did, like this one, and reuse that so it'll get some of the settings that I
Break
had.
that before it becomes a pawn chain, yeah.
And then I can choose, that's lovely. And then I can choose whether I want to do streaming software or if I have, like if I want to stream from my phone, I can set things up on my phone. You have to verify a couple other things to do that generally.
Mhm.
And then we can do gaming, we can put in a title so people can find it easier maybe. We can do the thumbnail thing. I can preemptively add it to a playlist so that once the stream is over, it'll be in the right playlists. And I still do want to choose, nope, not for kids.
No, the big thing.
And I want to leave everything else here kind of as is, right? Where's my details? Where's my latency? I can't find my latency. I feel like my latency always hides on me. You guys see latency? Maybe it's on the next one. Live chat.
Just out of the blue. I mean, I should give you the respect to say something. So make it feel some type of way.
I can still edit it as long as I don't actually go live.
I mean, no, naturally, yes. You gotta feel something.
Alright, so that's when my stream needs to go live,
Yeah?
and
Why's
it's
that?
gonna give me my information here. Oh, there's my latency button. I'm gonna change it to low latency, and now it's just kind of waiting. Even though I see that it's scheduled for Friday, it's just kind of chilling out, waiting for me. If I wanted to start my stream early, I could. This is just if I were publicizing it on my page, it would let people know it's not really supposed to start until later. And this will have its own stream key for me. So that can kind of just hang out here. It's not doing anything yet, just gonna stay there. A lot of times instead, you'll just come here when you want to go live, and you'll use this top button, the go live button, to set up your stream if you're doing it from YouTube. So I would say here, I can say this is class 5 set up in YouTube.
Sack your queen. Trust me.
And you'll see that this has a lot of the same settings, right? Visibility unlisted, I can choose a category, a thumbnail, all the same things. I can do more things here than I can in OBS. If I wanted to do chapters, if I wanted to do places, none of those really need to be played with though. The only one I always make sure I check is latency. So before I go live, I'm always going to check my privacy to make sure it's the right privacy. And I'm going to check my latency to make sure I'm not in that situation where I say like, hi chat. And then I get a feedback, right? Like, that's not fun for anybody. So, I like doing the ultra low latency. So, what you can also choose is you can choose some things about your live replay. That'll only really take effect if you're doing public streaming. So, because if you're doing unlisted or private, like I said, it's not going to show up on your channel anyway. If you decide you want to do public streaming, what the unlist live replay thing does is normally as soon as you're done streaming, YouTube lets people replay it if they missed it. But you can uncheck that and you can then like play with your video a little before you let them rewatch it.
Work yourself in.
So this is ready to go right now. You see it's waiting for a stream to come in. If I go back here and I try to start streaming, it's going to still say, hey, you didn't tell me which broadcast you wanted. But now when I go to manage broadcast, if I go to select an existing broadcast, you can see here's the one I just made in YouTube. And here's the one that's scheduled for Friday if I wanted to go to that one instead. But I can just choose this one as the one that I'm going to select. And I can say select and start streaming. And it'll start my stream to this YouTube. You can see it just connected in. And it's still going to take a hot second to actually show anything. There you go. Does that make sense? If you use Stream Key to connect, you have to set up your streams that way. Because you won't have the ability to create new broadcasts from within OBS. That's one of the things that connecting your account gives you. So the broadcast is really just like the settings for what's the title, what's the thumbnail, what's my permissions, all those things. That's what makes a broadcast. And then the stream is you actually going live and doing it. So you can use the same broadcast settings again and again if you want. It's just going to always have the same title unless you go in and edit it. Yes? Yep. Did you break something? Oh, it would have been impressive if you did. You gotta click next. You gotta go all the way through it first, and then once you get to this, to the how you start your stream, it'll be right down there. Yep. Oh man, that'll be $5.
This is the hardest mate. I'm gonna leave him one time.
How do you add new things? What do you think? Yeah. Hit that plus button. Okay. There you go. So what do you think Basecamp is? Yeah? Yeah. And you just click OK, and you can name it something if you want. You can change it later. And then choose a device. Don't choose OBS virtual camera, then you'll be in a loop. Huh? You guys can do a test stream now if you want. You gotta put your, if you guys want to do a live test stream, we're gonna take a break soon. If you guys want to do a live test stream, you can start a test stream in unlisted mode and pop it in the Discord to see if other people can join it, to see what it looks like. If you want me to join it from here, I can do that. We're gonna take a break though, and you guys can try that if you want. When we come back, we're gonna make a new scene and talk a little bit more about a couple different things in OBS. Okay? It's about 7:30. We're gonna give like 15 minutes to 7:45 and come back, okay?
I swear there's a line out of there. I keep fucking it up.
Food?
Food?
Oh, Jack is clean, dude.
So the real fun
Wait, what the
is
fuck?
when you have
What?
like the same spot you're always joining your online class
What the
from,
fuck?
like in your dorm or whatever,
It's kind of fun.
and you film a loop of yourself.
He's up
Oh,
there
I've
too.
seen those.
Alright, let's go.
I've seen people do that in Zoom, where they have your
Once you have
background.
OBS, you can put whatever you want.
I'm gonna get like
You
pizza
can
or some
keep your
shit.
camera
Yeah.
anywhere.
It was the,
Yes, how can I assist? Still not working? Oh, man. So, open. Oh, let's go to your settings first, though. Yeah, let's do, yeah, change that shit. Let's change that shit. What, am I not allowed to swear?
wait, how do I open chat?
It should be in the dockable windows. booted, what did it tell you? Did it tell you anything about safe mode?
No.
Can I close this? I mean, I can. Did you actually shut it all the way off though?
Yes, I went to
Okay. And then when you booted it, it didn't say anything weird at you? Let's see. What is that? Streamlined for security and performance. A lot of good reasons. More secure. Only allows us. Okay, I love that. How do I turn that shit off? Let's turn it off, please. What is it? Oh, should I switch out? Yes, we should switch. It's easy, difficult to switch back in. Right, so don't. Yeah. So don't go, downloading weird files from weird pirate sites, okay? If you switch out of S mode, because somebody's probably going to be mad at you. Yeah, you need to. That's if you switch out, you're going to need to restore from. You might need to restore from Windows, from the install or from the install. You're allowed to switch your whole Windows install. If you wanted to go back into S mode, you would need to reinstall Windows to do it. Maybe. It says maybe. Which may involve, restore from recovery media. Yeah. So, what you can do. You can't run OBS off your phone, but what you can do, if you don't want to switch out of the S mode here, you can use the computers in class when we're doing stuff in class, and when you need to do your homework assignments, you can either come to office hours on Friday to do it from here, or you can go to the library. They have video chat rooms where they have these same computers, well, not the same ones, they're not as nice, but like they have computers with the cameras and everything. You just have to go to the front desk and say, hey, I need a video chat room, and they'll give you the key. You can do your homework there. Or maybe one of your friends will let you use their machine. And you'd be able to just sign in. What you do is make a new profile in the OBS.
So,
I'm saying maybe one of your friends will let you do it. I'll show you where it would be on. If you want to come up here for a second, I'll show you where you make a new profile in OBS. So if you had a friend that was going to let you use their computer, let me just stop this one. What you would do is you come here where it says profile here, and you just make a new profile, and you call it dumb computer won't let me stream. Whatever. And then it'll bring up the same auto configuration thing, and it'll just be a whole new thing. And then when you're done with it, they can just switch back to their own profile.
So basically switching users.
Yeah, switching users.
So you should have that too.
Yeah.
So either this front or library.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. So we got options for you.
Alright,
If you don't want to like.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I didn't know Windows did that to you. I didn't know it was a thing. I should probably write down who's here at some point. in my happy feel.
Why am I getting already?
Yes, 1 second. Let me just today's Monday.
Wait, the class?
Let me send you thingy thought over today.
Which room?
Friday, Monday, what is that? How can I assist? No, that would be totally correct. No, you just wouldn't be able to play like a really intense game.
Yeah, so the channel you streaming from on the video, studio, video, it was like it says video is slow and you can watch.
Okay. But would you be able to come to class on Fridays instead of? Friday's classes are from 3 to 6. Yeah. Okay. Just because so it's like, I have to guarantee so many hours of instruction, right? And if you were like, oh, I have to leave at 8, that would be a little different than saying we gotta do kind of, like, you have to leave at 7, or you have to be there at 7. Yeah, if you could at least be here for like half the class, I would say. That's what I'm putting in. As long as you're okay with me using a participation thing, if you don't do it until the end of the class. Well, if you like got sick or something, you should miss class or like, so when we do our class activity, right, that's 2 of the 3 points. So whenever that activity happens, if you don't submit it, you're not gonna get those 2 points. But you get 4 of those, and a lot of times the activities are at the beginning of class anyway, so.
So as long as I do that,
Yeah, then you get credit for your class. It's just, you know, I have to make sure that I give you the proper number of hours of instruction in general. Otherwise,
it doesn't matter.
Like, what's the point of having you in school? Yeah. Well, we definitely have at least a couple of classes where the whole point of class is for us all have a discussion. So in a class like that, obviously you're kind of missing the whole point of the class. So, yeah, I think we could make something work. I'm willing to make something work with you. Like, I get it. But like, yeah. Whatever.
It's just really hard for me to look at.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I like it when people want to show off with this. Where you are in that little seat chart thing. And I have a Dina behind you, correct, Dina? Yeah, that's you. And I have a Christian over there. Hi, Christian. You miss me? Where are you hiding, Christian?
Yeah. Typing chat.
I don't think I can tell you from the YouTube.
Where's Mommy at? I knew David wasn't going to be here. He actually came on Friday. In our Friday class.
I miss you. Wait, so who you with?
And things because I had to go in and manually give him access to them because he's in the wrong class. And I have a River. You are somewhere. River. I exist. River R. Trying to get people where you're actually sitting today.
Yep.
So this is I moved everybody's names here, and now I don't know who anybody is anymore. Hi, Marcus. How you doing? You're thinking all set up correctly? Okay. Next to Marcus, I have a Vinny.
Yep.
Yeah. Told you I'd get it, guys. Told you. Let me do it. Told you we'd get there eventually. Are you sitting where David normally sits? He sits there.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I know he's not here today. He came up Friday. I put him in the wrong spot. I'm like, "No." Do you have a map? Is that showing up in your windows?
How old are you, Jerry?
It's in the window capture, right? Yeah, I'll
Ronnie
come.
Freeman?
Yeah, I'll come with you in a second. That's like a known issue that happens sometimes with things. Who else do I have?
Email us.
Yeah, phone, his name is Jason. I got a Jason.
Because I'm gonna tell you.
Over there. True. And I got an Alex. Sorry. You were new to seeing it, but does that count?
I'm trying to, is it,
I was working on this here. And then I've got a Anaya. Right there.
Can you take the phone above me?
And I've got,
doing that for me too.
No?
I didn't know how to fix it. I just closed.
I got people hiding out in the spot where you guys are, so I have to move them around so that I can get you guys in.
For some reason, I don't know.
Then I gotta put a Caitlin over there. Then I gotta put Tyreek down here.
Where's mommy?
And I gotta put a Keonis. Huh?
17?
What does the name Keonis mean?
Honestly, I don't really know.
Oh,
I know Ronnie.
what's your name? Prince. You know what my name means? Princess. We'll rule the world. From different sides of the world, probably. So I think it's a Hebrew name that I have.
They might have added it, I think.
Well, same side of the world then, really. Did you get it? Working now? Oh, I see it. What are you playing? Fallout?
Want to see the news?
I'm trying to make it too hard for you, I think. It's okay. Yeah. We're just gonna give one more thing, and then, we'll do one more thing, and then you can have your straight chat, and you can do what you gotta do. Because I was gonna give time for people to, work on the homework if they wanted to do it here, so I could help them. You are, you don't let me guess. Some people. I was gonna choose one of the A names too. There's just like 5 of them and I was stuck. Alright, what do I got over here? I got my friend, you're my friend. Are you? No, you're screwing me up. Is that where you normally sit over there?
Yeah.
You just needed a power, didn't you? Oh yeah. Okay, here.
I tried to send it to see if type in the chat, but I have the chat right here.
Yeah.
They put so that they should click in the chat.
So there's settings for the chat when you set up your broadcast. If you set it up in YouTube Studio, you have to set it up to enable the chat. If you go to your own channel on YouTube right now, you might be able to like enable it or something.
Sorry, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
You don't see your own stream. Well, you have to go to the studio. to get your, because you have it unlisted, right? You have to go to YouTube Studio to get your links, because you have to get the link to your own stream too. Actually, you can just click it, click content, and then click live. And then there's your live one, so you can actually just click on it and it'll bring you to it. You should be able to scroll down and, oh yeah, you can do that too. That'll work. Where's with the dots? It might be. You don't look like you have mods set up. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing, bud. All right. So I know I had a couple people who were sick, but I also am missing at least a couple people that are here because I didn't put you in my list yet because the last person I got from this section was Minnie. So, all right, hang on. I can do this. No, I can't. I really can't. But I know this person's not here. They notify me. I know somebody else notified me they were not feeling well, and I think it was this person. I don't know where they normally is. Hello. Are you? Oh shoot, there's two Alexes. One of you's Alex. But I don't remember which Alex. Are you Alex J? Okay. You are. Does that help? Are you Jared? Thank you. That did help. My brain is very apparently focused on where people sit. So am I missing? I got. I think I got two other people that are here that I didn't mark down. Did I mark you down? No, I didn't mark you down yet. Do you have a question for me? Okay. You are. I'm down only 7 names, guys. How about, would you like to be Manfred? No? Not feeling it? How about Najee? Abdu? Najee. What does Najee mean? Prosperous. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Yes, I need to mark you down. How are you doing with your setup? Is it behaving a little bit better for you? Okay. You are. Yeah. Is it optical or optic? Optic. I'm trying to make sure. Thank you, Bryan. Oh, yeah. I did. You prefer that, right? Is that? It's t-shirt. Let me actually edit it right now on here. I'm wrong. This is my here on a Mac that can't see their windows? Okay. I will still post that just in case you have a Mac or something you get home and you can't see windows, but you have to still do, yep, you may not be able to, yes, use the quick read. Alright, so you know what I'm doing here. So click on here, the screen capture, so right now it's on display capture. You want to switch to just capture a window. And then we'll do the next. Go down to choose a little bit. See all those different windows you can choose from? So we're going to play one of those different ones. Pass. Or plugs in a bowl. Is that a thing? What were you going to play? What games were you playing? Today, class participation today. If you look in Brightspace, it says to submit the screenshots as directed, right? So you're going to be submitting 2 screenshots for me, and we've only made 1 scene so far. So what I'm going to have you do is make a second scene. Now remember, scenes are these things, right? It's your whole layout. So we have one that lets us play our game. But if you do streaming or you do anything online for any length of time, you know that you need a whoopsie-doopsie screen. You know you need a screen for like your cat came in and knocked all your crap over and you've got to go clean it up. Or a screen for someone's at the door and you have to take care of it. Or a screen for whatever, life happens. And it's not generally a good practice to just leave up whatever and let your stream people be like, where'd they go? So you usually get some sort of a whoopsie-doopsie screen. And it could say something like, oops, be right back. Or like, hey, I'm fixing something, I'll be right back. Or it could even say, take a 5-minute break. We'll see you back here in a little bit, or whatever. Whatever you want it to say, we're going to make ourselves a whoopsie-doopsie screen. That you can switch to if you ever need to just not be on your normal stream. So first thing you do is you come over to your scenes. We're going to make another scene, brand new one. It'll make me a brand new blank box. And all I'm going to put on it is either an image or some sort of text or something like that. And I'm just going to say, see you right back. Okie dokes, I'll be right back. If you wanted to get an image, maybe you can get like a, we used to always have the like under construction signs. You know what I'm talking about? The like, the like really dumb under construction signs. So you could pull something if you wanted from the internet. Ideally, you would pull something that is licensed for free use. If you click Tools on Google search, you can get usage rights and Creative Commons license things. That means that anybody can play with them, do whatever they want. I guess we'll go to open clip art because this one seems like the right type of aspect ratio for what I wanted. And open. What do you think? And I'm just gonna save that image off. And now I could pop that image in just by using a plus and the image. And I'm going to select the image I just downloaded. Whee! So you don't have to do that, but now I've got something for people to look at when I have to switch out. So what I want from you for your class participation for today is 2 screenshots. Please screenshot. Please do not take a picture of it with your phone. If you don't know how to screenshot, there are instructions in the class activity. I don't know if you guys submitted me actual screenshots or phone pictures because I didn't look at your things for today yet, but screenshot for me your OBS window when you're on your OOPS screen and your OBS window when you're on your game screen. And submit me those 2 images as your class activity. That's your full activity points for today. Yes? Yeah, you would just screenshot it and then have them email them to you so you can upload them. Yeah, you would be able to upload them as yours. Or you could go into one of these and log in and do it. Alright? I can extend it for you a little too because you're having the problems with the thingy bob, or if you want to do it with your
On a different scene.
Yeah. Alright. So 2 screenshots. 1, your game screen. 2, your OOPS screen.
Okay. Mr. Schreiber, put me on.
Or whatever you want it to be.
In your OBS, they added, you have a source, you have a
So,
scene,
you should be able to set up
No,
new
no.
scenes.
window
You should be able to set
capture,
up new sources.
name it chess.
You should know the difference between scenes and sources.
Actually,
You
no,
should
sorry,
know how
my
to
bad.
crop things.
Oh, can you full
You
screen
should
it?
know whether you're going to use window capture or
so
display
it's-
capture or browser.
Hold
So you should know a little bit about what the different types of sources are that we can do. And how to set up your live stream and actually stream it. For your homework, what you're going to have to do is actually do a live stream.